Reina?
Okay. Explore, gain, think.
Cognitive development means the ability to think, explore, and figure out things. Okay, cognitive development means exploring the environment, thinking, and figure out
Figure
things.
out
That is
things.
called as cognitive development. Okay, so who coined out the theory cognitive development? Meghna?
Jean Piaget.
Jean Piaget. Okay, um, what does he say in that theory? Reina, the theory is about
What the cognitive developments of the child?
he
Like
observed his own three children.
intelligence is like a kind of not a fixed
Yeah, intelligence or the cognition is not a fixed trait.
trait.
So he disagreed that intelligence is a fixed trait. Then he found out that the cognitive development that take place in a different stages, just like a self from infancy, and it continues through a different stages of our life. Okay. Then what are the key concepts, Meghna? What are
Scheme,
the key concepts?
accommodation,
Accommodation, assimilation, and then
schema.
schema. So what is schema, Reina? Just try. Don't worry. Just try. What is schema?
Internal world.
How we represent our world
Uh,
internally. It is an internal representation of the world. Schema means it's an internal representation of the world. Can you please give an example, Reina, for the internal representation? Schema. The schema may be different in different persons. Okay, someone has a different schema, and the Reina schema is entirely different from Sana's schema or Meghna's schema. Okay, so can you please give an example for schemas?
a dog have four
No,
legs.
no, no. Schema.
Okay.
Schemas. Schema for Christmas, schema for festivals, like
Okay. For uh, for Christmas, we usually do. Other people usually do put star decoration. Like we, all like
what
Christians
is
do.
your schema, Reina?
My
About Christmas, your schema.
We used to go to church.
Okay, then
We used to decorate our house.
good.
We used to have a crib.
Yeah. This is your internal representation of the world for Christmas. Okay, that is called a schema. And what is assimilation, Sana? Assimilation.
Using an existing scheme,
Hmm.
using an existing
Assimilation means we use the existing schema to deal with a new
to
situation or object. Okay. We use our existing schema. That is called as assimilation. What is accommodation, Meghna?
It's not existing, but we create new. I think we can.
Sorry, repeat.
It's it is the schema is changed
Hmm.
and new schema.
So accommodation means the already we have some schemas. That schemas changed and a new schema may be developed. Okay, that is called as accommodation. In assimilation, there is no change in schema, and as accommodation, the schema is changed or altered. So next we are moving to the stages of cognitive development. According to Piaget, he divided the cognitive development into 4 stages. Which are they? Note it down. That is sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete, and formal. Which are they? Sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete operational stage, and formal operational stage. These are the 4 stages of cognitive development. The Piaget classified the cognitive development into 4. They are sensory motor stage. In sensory motor stage, we learn or we gain new information through our senses and actions. Okay, we gain new information through senses. In sensory motor stage, we gain new information or we learn new information through our senses and as well as motor. As the name says, senses and motor. We learn new things by senses. And sensory motor stage that starts from birth to 2 years of age. This is the very first stage of cognitive development. Which is the first stage? Sensory motor stage is the first stage of cognitive development. It starts from birth and continues till the age of 2 years. In sensory motor stage, the child learns or gain new information through her senses or his or her senses and the motor activities. Okay. Then the second is pre-operational stage. Pre-operational stage that starts from 2. After sensory motor stage, the pre-operational stage comes. So it starts from 2 years and continues till the age of 7. Okay. Birth to 2 years is called as sensory motor stage, and from 2 to 7 it is called as pre-operational stage. And in pre-operational stage, the children understand the language and symbols. Okay. In pre-operational stage, they begin to learn the language and they understand the world through languages and symbols. This is the second stage. So first stage is sensory motor stage from birth to 2 years. So we learn things using our senses and our motor skills. And in pre-operational stage, it starts from 2 years and continues till 7 years. Here we understand or the child understand the world through languages, different languages. Is it clear? Then the third is concrete operational stage. The third one is concrete operational stage. After pre-operational stage, it comes the concrete operational stage. Concrete operational stage that starts from 7 years to 11. So birth to 2 years is sensory motor stage, 2 to 7 is pre-operational stage, and 7 to 11 is concrete operational stage. In concrete operational stage, a child between 7 to 11 years understand the world through logical thinking. They begin to think or they begin to understand the world through logical thinking. So in concrete operational stage, there is a logical thinking. In sensory motor stage, they understand through senses and motors. Pre-operational stage, they understand the world by languages. And in concrete operational stage, they understand the world through logical thinking. And the last one is formal operational stage. It begins from 11 years and continues. Okay. So formal operational stage starts from 11 years. Here in formal operational stage, the children or us understand the world through hypothetical thinking. I explain it later. Okay, what is hypothetical thinking? Just note it down. So they understand the world through hypothetical thinking. Is it clear? Okay. So what are the 4 stages of cognitive development, Sana? 4 stages of cognitive development. The slides are gone.
sensory,
Sensory motor
sensory
stage, then
state, then pre
pre-operational
pre-operational
stage, hmm,
concrete stage, operational stage,
operational stage, then last one,
formal operational stage,
formal operational stage. Okay. Reina, sensory motor stage is from, don't
Birth,
look to the books,
birth to 2 years.
birth to 2 years. And then after that, pre-operational stage comes. It is from
2 to 7.
2 to 7. And then
Uh,
try
uh,
7
concrete,
to
7 to 11 years.
11. That is concrete operational
This is
stage.
it. And 11 years onwards, formal operational stage.
Formal operational stage. Okay. Meghna, which are the 4 stages?
Sensory motor,
In sensory motor
preoccupation,
stage, how we learn the environment
stress and actions.
through senses and our motor actions. Okay. And then next is pre-operational stage. In
Uh,
pre-operational stage, we learn by using
with symbols,
and languages. Okay. Then
Then a concrete operation we understand or learn by logical thinking.
logical thinking. We begin to start thinking in a logical manner. And the last is formal operation stage.
They we hypothetical thinking.
Hypothetical thinking. Logical thinking is in concrete operational stage and hypothetical thinking is in formal operational stage. Okay. So first is sensory motor stage. Note it down. What is sensory motor stage? Sensory motor stage is a stage that is for infancy, and infants construct an understanding of the world by coordinating their senses or sensory experiences with motor actions. So this is the very first stage in Piaget's cognitive development. In this stage, there is a rapid increase in a cognitive thinking. Okay, it is a period of rapid cognitive growth. Sensory motor stage is a period of rapid growth. Okay, so in this stage, the infant understand the world through sensory experiences with motor actions. Is it clear? Okay, then the main development in sensory motor stage, the main development that take place is object permanence. Did you learn this? Object permanence. Then what is object permanence, Reina?
Uh,
What is object permanence?
like an object is like mm, object is hidden something, and they try to
Object permanence means even when the objects is hidden from their view, they understand that the object is there. Okay, that is called as object permanence. So, in sensory motor stage, the main development that take place in cognition is object permanence. If you place a toy, for an example, if you place a toy under the blanket, if the child attains this object permanence, the child will seek it out easily. Okay, the child will understand that his or her toy is under the blanket, and then they seek it out easily. That is called as object permanence. They understand that, or they have a realization that the objects continue to exist even when they are hidden from the view. Okay, the object exists even when they are hidden from the view. That is called as object permanence. Can you please give another example for object permanence, Meghna?
When the others hide behind their hands and
Peekaboo games, right?
they
Hide
say
and seek
yes, and
is
then
on
we say
the.
you are like they point at our direction that we are here.
So, in that case, the child developed the object permanence. So, in sensory motor stage, the main development is object permanence, and they learn the things through senses and with the motor activities. Is it clear? Okay, peekaboo is an example for object permanence or hide and seek. So, in this stage, or it is a period of rapid cognitive growth, other than different stages like pre-operational and formal operational. In sensory motor stage, the cognitive growth is very high. Okay, the rapid growth can be seen in cognition in sensory motor stage. It is in infancy period from birth to 2 years. Is it clear? Okay. Then we will move on to pre-operational stage. Pre-operational stage, the stage begins when the child starts to use symbols and languages. Okay, so in pre-operational stage, that starts from 2 years to 2 years to 7 years, that is in toddler to early childhood. Sensory motor stage is in infancy, that is from birth to 2 years, and in pre-operational stage, it is from 2 to 7 years. Okay, that is toddlerhood or early childhood. 2 to 7 years is called as toddlerhood or early childhood. So, in this stage, when the child starts to use the symbols and languages, when the child starts to use the symbols and languages, then the child can enter into pre-operational stage. Okay, soon after they gain the they begin to use the symbols and languages, they can enter into pre-operational stage. Hmm? Which was the development that take place in infancy? Which development is take place?
sensory motor,
Sensory motor. So they gain a particular ability. What is it? The example peekaboo and all. The
object,
term object permanence. Just like as object permanence in infancy, here the pre-operational stage you have egocentrism. What is egocentrism? Did you learn or not? Fine, fine. I will explain. Okay. So egocentrism means, first write the definition. Okay. Egocentrism means the child's inability to take another person's point of view. It is the inability to take another person's point of view. That is called as egocentrism. In infancy, the development is object permanence. And here, pre-operational stage, that is the second stage, we have egocentrism, which means the inability to view or take another person's point of view. That is called as egocentrism. Is it clear? For egocentrism, there is a world famous example or world famous experiment, a three mountain task. Did you know that? Hmm? Did you know that? Did you know about three mountain tasks? Just nod your heads. Hmm? Did you heard it before? No. Okay, then I will explain. For an example, if we draw, this is a picture, okay. For an example, if we draw a three mountains, bear with my drawings, okay. If we draw a three mountains and we provide four pictures to the child. Just a minute. Okay. So if we draw for this is an example for egocentrism, okay. So if we provide three mountains, a mini mountains or the picture to a child, the view from this side and view from this side is different, right? If we show three mountains to a child between 4 to 5 years, the view from this side and this side is different. So for the child is sitting in this side and an adult is sitting in this side. Okay. So if we ask the question to the child that what is his view, the child's view of the mountain? Okay. Then we provide four pictures. They need to choose which is the right image of the mountain from his side. It is different from this side and this side. Is it clear? Hmm?
you can screen share.
You can't see the screen? Okay, then I'll repeat. Is it visible now? The screen is
Yes,
visible?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, the egocentrism. Egocentrism means it is an inability of an individual to see another person's point of view. That is called as egocentrism. There is a main example or a main experiment for egocentrism. That is a three mountain task. It is an experiment by Jean Piaget. Okay. So he says that if we show a mountain,